Hi, I'm Nalay,
I'm Peter.
And I'm Drew.
and today we're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and everything in between about gambling.
Dude, I love gambling, Like I'm not like gambling is so fun because like you're really just putting money out there and then you can like play with it and you can win more money back. Like it's okay like a job,
Yeah, I absolutely like agree with you like on that. But like, I think along with the adrenaline and the surge of like getting money and getting more money, it's also that's like a part of the magnetic pull into gambling. But it's also important to like dive deeper into like the negatives of it, like it can like from a casual pastime where you just go once or twice in like a week or once or twice in like a year, it starts becoming regular and then you start like getting addicted to it. So like it can it can like lead to like misjudgment and other like harmful effects.
Well,
Hmm.
for me, I don't know about addiction. I'm pretty committed though. Pretty committed to gambling. So no. But I don't think it's that hard to get addicted, right? I mean, it's just gambling. It's just like a game, You play it a couple times, and it's not that hard to quit. And if you don't win money, then you should just stop. Lily, have you ever gambled before?
Um, Not with real money though, but yes, I have played a few games of poker myself. I agree with both of your points, but I think we shouldn't overlook the sophistication and persuasive power that is used by the modern gambling industries with incredibly glamorous and polished advertisements that show the dazzling big wins with effortless success and the associated flashy lifestyles, but they're actually carefully crafted narratives and they often fail to portray the reality of gambling, which is the frequent losses, the accumulation of debt, the significant emotional fallout, and it's somewhat like a magic show as they're all illusions.
I think that's a really good analogy. Um, I'd say it's kind of like an illusion because gambling, I mean, it feels really fun and it's really flashy while doing it, but behind it, I mean, most of the time you do lose money. And I enjoy placing a casual bet now and then, but um, yeah, it is pretty easy to get like carried away while you're having fun, and especially now that there's like apps you can gamble from. Um, yeah, I think it's like really easy to get carried away now, especially now it's gambling can be done on digital platforms, and it's you have really easy access to gambling as well.
Um, yeah, I think that's also comes with the factor like the technological age, like the developments of new apps which make like gambling really like hard to resist. But like I think a majority of people who gamble, like I know they don't develop a full-blown addiction, but they can be a very subtle danger in that it can like lull people into a false sense of security. Like it can foster a mindset of like, yeah, it won't happen to me, or like this won't happen to me because my luck is good, or like I keep winning, so I may not like have any like harmful effects coming out of gambling. We also need like consider the phenomenon known as gambler's fallacy. Have you all heard of that term before?
Yeah, it's something like 99% of gamblers quit before their big win, right? I think that's really true because if you think you keep gambling, you're gonna win something, but I think ultimately in the end, you lose more than you can earn. And a lot of people they keep playing, a lot of them they eventually just lose all the money that they have or all the money that they brought. Like one time I was gambling online with Robux, right? I was gambling Robux on this website called Bloxflip, and I was playing this game. Um uh it was like a multiplier, and how much money you put in, it keeps multiplying and it crashes at one point. And you have to like take your money out before the multiplier crashes or you lose our money, right? and I kept playing it, and I think I was gonna win, but after like an hour, I lost like 5,000 Robux. That's a lot. That's like $5.
Yeah, but I think those games like the feature where like it stops it puts a cap on like how much you can spend. It's helps to like prevent the harmful effects, but of course, as you said, that the more you gamble, like you more feel like the more you lose actually, the more you feel like, oh, the win is going to come up. And this is exactly what the gambler's fallacy is, which is basically saying that if a particular random event occurs repeatedly, saying like you lose on multiple times in a row, and then you're hoping, you're like saying that a win is due, so I'm just going to keep going until I win because I know eventually I'll win big.
Exactly. See, the science behind it, the probability behind it is that even if you feel like your luck is sometimes due, each time you do a coin flip or spin a roulette wheel, it's an independent event, meaning the probability is the same every time. So there's no really luck due. It's kind of expected because most times you won't win, and because all the events are dependent. And this is a very dangerous mindset. And after a series it can after a series of losses, it can lead to a very downward spiral for individuals. People sometimes find themselves chasing their losses and trying to find themselves and get what they've lost with just one more bet. And this strategy almost never works. And instead, people just continue deepening their financial hole that they've dug for themselves. And we're talking about big things, potential loss of life savings, and the accumulation of maxed out credit cards, and even strain on mental health or breakdown of personal relationships.
Yeah, I think that's something like many people that love to gamble needs to hear because like a system that just gives you money for playing stuff, obviously it's meant to harm you or it's meant to manipulate you in order to gain something for itself. And people need to realize that, you know, places where they can gamble, they're not they're not beneficial. They're not there to help you. They just want your money. And when people fall down this hole where they just keep gambling and they think um or they visualize the outcome, you know, it's really gonna, put them in a financial strain, like you said. And that's a really sobering reality to consider.
Yeah, I just want to like add on to it because like gambling is like a free way to get money, and people always like want free money. Like they wouldn't want to do work to get that money or hard work to pursue a job or anything. They would rather like get this free money, and this is how gambling has become so popular. And I think not only is it like it has financial implications, gambling has like a powerful way of tapping into our brain's like reward system. And when you like experience a win or a near miss, as Nilay elaborated on, your brain like releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and um, and reinforcement. This creates like a feedback loop where you develop a crave to re-experience that happiness you felt after winning a big pot or like just barely missing it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like think about slot machines. They like are programmed to create the illusion that you were close to winning when you really weren't. And a study by the World Health Organization showed that neural imaging studies have provided evidence that these near miss scenarios can actually light up the same reward pathways in the brain as actual wins.
Um, I think that's also like a really good point. Like the slot machines, the randomness of the event. It's like when you win a 777 or like you get three of the same design, you like feel like you accomplished something. But in real life, you just trying to like f fell into the trap of the casino and the game like the casino owners, if you would like.
Yeah, and I think a lot of casinos they rig the chances of you winning. So the odds of you actually winning something big is probably like near impossible. And especially these machines, they can literally be programmed um, to just give you the worst chances possible. And um, the chances that you win can also be programmed, so it can be at regular or irregular intervals that you win, and it makes you think you have a chance of actually winning. I mean, in reality, the chances of you like making your money back is pretty much impossible.
Yeah, so the real question is how can we uh how can we fix this gambler's addiction? And one of these solutions is cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT. It can be incredibly helpful in helping individuals unpack all the thoughts and beliefs that drive problematic gambling behaviors and helps them develop a healthier coping mechanism and habits.
It's like it's also crucial to not underestimate the profound like power of community support. Support like such as groups like the Gamblers Anonymous, they provide a safe and non-judgmental space for individuals to like connect with others about like their struggles and their wins and like their impact with gambling. So like I think that's also important to like look at the um trying to get help and trying to get assistance from peers or other groups when you're in a gambling crisis or you're in like large debt due to your gambling addictions.
Yeah, I think having someone there to support you, especially when you're trying to like quit gambling or get away from the desire to gamble, that's really important. I think some people doesn't take the effects of or the influence of gambling as seriously as like other addictions like drugs or alcohol. But I think it can be just as powerful because it makes you undermine the risks of gambling. And there was a study done where people compared, they had a study where people were asked to compare the addictiveness of gambling and like drugs, alcohol, substances. And a lot of them um, rated gambling like really low because they believe it's really easy to quit. But when they did this with gamblers, um, the gamblers rated the addictiveness of gambling almost as high as drugs or alcohol because it's more of a psychological addictiveness instead of like entirely physical and psychological one.
That's a really good point, Peter. And I think that's a perfect place to end off. How we can use different support groups or therapy to get rid of this gambler's fallacy.
Yeah. And I hope there's people around you that needs help with uh desire of gambling, you should reach out and support them.
And I just want to add um for advice, you should never gamble when you're feeling like emotionally distressed or under any influence of anything because this could lead to like impulsive decisions and increased risk which could like change your life completely.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side.